Surveillance cameras capture video of a woman violently attacking the owners of Chic Plus Beauty Supply store on Lorraine Avenue in Cleveland around 5 o'clock Friday evening. The owner's son, David Joe, says he didn't learn of the attack until Monday morning when his brother sent him a video clip.
Watching your parents get thrashed around and dragged around the store they worked so hard for, and I couldn't finish watching the video, obviously.
Now, please have my items, please. I would leave and get out of your hair. You would never see me in your store again.
Cleveland police say the woman was trying to buy something using a prepaid debit card that was declined.
All I'm trying to do is get my items. That's it. I'm not being belligerent.
It's not cleared. We cannot give you anything because it's not cleared.
My father explained it to her very clearly that the reason that you weren't able to walk out with the products is there's no money in the account, the card was denied, therefore obviously you can take the products out of the store, and that seemed to set her off.
The surveillance video shows the woman knocks down the man, leaps behind the counter, and attacks both owners. It shows the suspect dragging David's mother by her hair from behind the counter while destroying displays throughout the store. Some of their injuries are too graphic.
What's up, keep beating that bitch in. Let her get out my Let her get out. Get out. Get out. Oh well. Oh well. Get out the car. You let her get out the car. Get out the car. Get out the car. Get out the car.
You're really hella scared. I can bet you in your shit, huh, bitch? My daughter hella bitches. My daughter bald-headed. Her hair patchy, bitch. All of that shit, bitch.
It's the Date Master, and we're back. Oh yes, we're back on this good Sunday. Man, it's been a lot of interesting turn of events happening in this space. I want to kind of keep it unique to, understanding the world, your counterparts, the women, yourself, your traumas, and developing. But and these, I want to touch on this briefly. I may do a video about it. I've been seeing a lot of other responses to follow up, but this whole Fresh and Fit fiasco is just one of those testaments of humility. You want to always remain humble and be true to principle. Be true and loyal to principles and values. Don't ever get out of character. Don't ever think you're bigger than what you are, because things will come to bite and it will bring you back down. I'm speaking this from personal experience, but I definitely will get into that more. I may do a follow-up after this video. This video in particular, we're going to talk about the surge of violent women. If you have been studying the social behavior via social media, your World Stars, your Instagrams, your just these outlets that have just raw video, uncut, uncensored, you would notice that most of the violent videos include women. And this has been going on. I made I won't say a prophecy, but I made a prediction. This was maybe last year beforehand, that women were going to become extremely violent in the near future. The reason that you're seeing a surge of violent women is due to the unbalanced emotional state that they're in. You have women who are now looking at themselves and behaving as men. They're trying to portray more masculine traits, and it's not natural. It's uncommon. So whenever you see chaos in such an abundance, you must acknowledge the fact that there is something off. There is something in the water. There is something that is not correct. And if in most of these situations, you see these toxic mother and daughter relationships, you see these women outwardly shooting each other in the face, in the head. You saw the video and it's quiet now. Ironic, that's another story as well, where the woman walked up to the other one, rockabye baby, shot her dead in the head and went away. like it was nothing, like it was casual. But these violent women are products, and when you look at the perpetrators, you can just tell by the physical appearance, they're not right in the head. Overweight, masculine, all type of disorders are shown on the outside. These women are going to feel the pain of not being able to live in her natural femininity, of their natural feminine role. They're frustrated because no man wants them. The choices that they made in the past are now coming to bite them in the ass, which is why you find these women being extremely violent in certain environments. When you look at the violence and where it's taking place, just look at the environment that they're in and ask yourself, what woman of substance would be in a place in such a position? These violent women are going to continue to grow. And what's going to also take place, they're going to start going against more men, because they're going to look at men as the competition. These women are going to turn first asexual, and then the toys are no longer going to serve the purpose. They're going to be looking for the bond, but they're going to make themselves masculine. So by default, they're going to go to a same-sex relationship. They're going to be seeking other women because the men won't be around to engage them. So in a lot of cases, you hear me talk about proximity dating. People date who's in the closest range of them. So you're going to be looking at a lot of women working together. They're going to start living together, and they're going to start mating, not reproducing, but just mating, having sexual emotional exchanges via toys, strap-on, whatever they want to use. This is going to breed frustration because every so often the woman, her nature tells her to venture out and explore to see if it's a unicorn male out there for her. When you listen to these outlets, podcasts, videos themselves, the raw video interviews, you hear women bet on the anomaly. These women are banking on the lottery. They have a lottery pick mindset. And when I say lottery pick mindset, they think they're going to win the lottery. No matter how unlikely that is, you have probability and possibilities. They're betting on the possibilities, not the probabilities. So they're going to be betting on that unicorn male that's going to come save the day. They're going to be betting on these men to show up and save them and sweep them off their feet, but that's not going to happen. But because of them, or because of their nature telling them to do so, they're going to get caught by their woman that they fake a relationship with. And the women are going to be intimidated and threatened by the would-be male that has the potential to take her away from her woman. And they're going to get violent against you because that's their safe haven. No matter how uncommon or unnatural or toxic it is, women want it because it's theirs. It's either their way or the highway. When you listen to women, they have their own mind made up that I don't give a damn if it's incorrect as long as it's done my way. As long as it's done my way, I will continue to engage in the behavior and believe and practice the ideologies and principles that come with the way of life that I choose to live, simply because it's my own and no one can tell me any different. Pay attention to these violent women and pay attention to the tendencies. Physical appearance is going to be numero uno, because how a person feels about themselves is going to be indicative on how they carry themselves and how they present themselves physically. That's going to be number one. Number two, their emotional fluctuation. If they're in one emotional state today, then tomorrow up and down, round and round, they're not consistent. And women are going to be emotional by nature anyway. But if they're just polar opposites, one day is hating on this guy, the next day is, oh, shout out to my black men. I see this bullshit all the time on social media. I see women that will dog a man out down to the boots And then a day later, salute to all my black kings. Not even a full 24-hour turnaround. That is a mentally and emotionally unstable woman. You want to stay as far away from her as you can, because she will hurt you and possibly kill you or get you killed or hurt. The chickens are coming home to roost, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. I advise you men to get in shape physically, mentally, financially. Shout out my man, Grown Man Business. I advise you to get your house in order, get yourself in order. Learn how to use weaponry and self-defense, and sharpen your senses. When you go out, you need to acknowledge everything around you. When you go into certain clubs, you go into certain social settings, because I don't want you guys to just turn hermit and go on the ground. Live your life, but always be aware of your surroundings and the people that are in those surroundings, because there's always casualties that had nothing to do with the war. They were just collateral damage. They had nothing to do with the gunshots or the violence that ensued or took place wherever it took place. And if you were there at the wrong time, you could possibly be a victim or a casualty. You could possibly be a victim or a casualty. You want to pay attention to your surroundings and only engage in places that has the best quality people. Not just women, people. You want to, if you're going to go out, you want to socialize, you go to where the grown and sexy, those who have something to lose, those that you look to as peers, you want to frequent areas that they frequent. You're in the bottom of the barrel, you're in the jungle, you're in the hood, you're in these spots to get this low-hanging fruit. Be my guest. But it's your funeral. It's your funeral. Stop going for the low-hanging fruit and start aiming and reaching high for the ripe fruit that's at the top of the tree. Because easy come, easy go, and that even includes you. We have a bottom feeder culture that is taking place and is infecting a lot of women in their mentality and their outlook on how men are supposed to operate. And to rewind just a little bit, to go back to the Fresh and Fit fiasco that's taking place. The reason why they're catching so much backlash is because they represent African-American men. Even though they're from different countries, I give them a little grace because they're not cut from this cloth that we are cut from. But they are the face of black men in this land. Therefore, they will be perceived as black men in this land. So perception and imagery is everything. So when you have bad representations of anything, any person, any idea, that whole idea will receive the scrutiny from that small percentage or few images that represent it. So always pay attention and be humble. You don't have to shit on anyone to get ahead. You don't have to verbalize your value. You don't have to do the dog and pony show. You don't have to run your resume. Because if you have to run your resume, you don't believe your resume is as strong as you say it is anyway. Because if you did, you would say less and do more. You would say less and do more. So this is the video, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, tapping in, and then you leaving your feedback. Like I said, I may do a full reaction just to break down everything that has come out thus far with the Fresh and Fit. I love the platform. I will continue to watch the platform because, again, we have to stop falling in love with the people that we don't know and will never meet in real life. Look at the data and the raw information. Take from it what you can. What doesn't apply, you leave it where it stands. That's one issue that we have. We're looking to like people. If you met your superhero or your idol, guaranteed you will hate them. Ask Michael Jordan. Ask Tiger Woods. Ask Martin Luther King. May he rest in peace. This is something that you need to think about. These people that we idolize are not who they really are or who we think they are in person. These are just characters that we, grown to like and built our own idea of who they truly are. But yeah, I'm gonna do a full video breakdown on what my thoughts are and where we should go from here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.